badge hadn't touched his chest in 15 years. Now it lay in his coat pocket, cold against his ribs, as Marshal Tom Laird rode back into a place he swore he'd never see again. Sundown Ridge, a dead-end town, name worn off the sign, memories buried deeper than bones. Tom wasn't here to make arrests. He wasn't here for justice. He was here because of a horse. Back then, Tom had been respected. Straight spine, steady hand, clean record. Then came the Barrow case, a rancher found shot behind his barn. No witness, no confession, just blood, boot prints, and a single horse tied to the fence. Tom swore it was Mitch Harlan, a hot-tempered drifter with reason to hate Barrow. He'd chased him across 4 counties, brought him back in chains, but the judge let him walk. No proof. No one had seen it happen. The town turned on Tom after that. They said he let a killer go free. He left, never looked back, until last week when he got a letter. No name, just 4 words. She still remembers. Come, he knew what it meant. Sable, the horse, the same mare found near the body, now grey with age, but still breathing in a quiet barn behind the old sheriff's office. Tom walked in and saw her still in the same stall, same scar on her right shoulder from the fire in '83. She watched him, still and knowing. Old Roy, the stable hand, nodded from the corner. She ain't taken to no man since you. He handed Tom a bundle. Inside it, a worn saddlebag. Tom opened it and found a rusted revolver with 1 shot fired. Then Roy added, she came back to town alone that night, covered in blood. Nobody thought to look in the creek bed. Tom walked out back, the place he'd searched long ago, but this time he looked downstream. And there, tangled in roots and dirt, was what he'd missed. A second gun. Mitch's still loaded, unfired. Tom sat with Sable as the sun went down. You saw it all, didn't you, girl? He didn't do it. He ran. The blood wasn't Barrow's. It was Mitch's wounded, chased, never fired a shot. Barrow had been killed by someone else. Tom had blamed the wrong man, and the only soul who ever knew was the one with 4 legs and silence in her eyes. Tom never wrote a report. There was no one left to read it, but he stayed the night in the barn, brushed her mane, cleaned her hooves. Then, just before sunrise, he took out his badge, scratched her name into the back of it, Mitch Harlan, and hung it on her stall. I missed the truth, he whispered, but you didn't. Then he rode out, same as he rode in, alone. But this time, a little lighter. Justice don't always come from men with guns. Sometimes it walks on hooves and never says a word.